talk about Cronos today. I haven't talked about Cronos in a while, but Cronos is at a really good discount, and I think it's going to pull back a little bit more, presenting another buying opportunity for dollar cost averaging. So, anyways, we're going to talk about this. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, not his financial advice, but let's get straight into it. So, I still believe that Cronos can hit $1, right? I still believe Cronos can hit well above $1, and I think is going to do it this cycle. So Cronos being at $1 would put the market cap at 34 billion. When you look at the circular supply, anything times one is itself, right? So the market cap would be 34 billion. And I do think that Cronos could hit that by the end of this bull market. And the funny thing with this bull market is the pullback that we're kind of in right now. It was a bull trap that we just now seen. And I was talking about this a lot. I was like, hey, we still have not pulled back. What was the percentage? The percentage was around 32% or something like that. So if you come over here and you look at this, 32% pullback here on Bitcoin, as you can see, pulled back 32% on this pullback. Did the same thing here, and I was waiting for it to do the same thing here. If it does the same thing, that pulls back to 85K. Hypothetically speaking, if Bitcoin does that, we are going to see a massive drop inside of the market. Right now, we are seeing pretty bearish signs for Bitcoin, so it's going to drag the whole market down, including Cronos. The percent of our trend exhaustion is pretty exhausted there. Is way overbought, honestly. It's been overbought since beginning of 2024, and it just kept going. Honestly, it just keeps going and going and going. But yeah, if we were going to do another 32% drop, we're looking for 85K. So I think that is still a possibility. I know people are probably like, no, it's not going to happen. That's just them being in denial. Do I think it's going to just outright completely dump? No. But we can see a little bit more selling before the next rise. So it might not go all the way down to 85K, right? That's 32%, right? But it could still pull back here to like 99K or 100K. There's solid support there, and I think it's probably going to end up doing that. So still 32% is still what I'm looking for. So what does this mean for Cronos? Well, what this means for Cronos is we would probably have a still nasty pullback. So this is the weekly chart on Cronos, way overbought on the weekly chart here. You can see it pulling back on the MACD. Sellers are starting to come in on the MACD as well. So that is another thing. Also, the percent our trend exhaustion is currently pulling back. So we're also seeing that as well. So I still personally think that Cronos is probably going to be one of the top projects during this bull run. We already seen what Cronos can do, and when Cronos pumps, it pumps hard and massively, and it literally grabs the attention of the whole market. Because in order for Cronos to have like a 30% pump, right, it has to go up pretty massively, right? Because it already has a stupid, insane market cap, right? 7.2 billion. So in order for Cronos to do like a big jump, we're gonna see like a huge amount of inflow of money coming in. And whenever that happens, so many people start talking about it on Twitter, on X. People just start reposting it, and then it pushes it even higher. So it's like it's like an everlasting wheel. Like it just keeps going and going and going. That's usually how Cronos does it when it pumps, and then it comes to a halt. Obviously, it always comes to a halt. Everything comes to a halt. But for instance, if we were to go up 30%, just do 1.3, the market cap times 1.3, that's 30%. That would be 9.4 billion in market cap. So a 30% gain from here is still nice, right? And the reason why I'm talking about that is because a lot of people seem to forget the pump that we just now had in Cronos and what actually made Cronos pump. Like, you guys got to remember, like, the president of the United States is backing Cronos and backing Crypto.com, right? The CEO of Crypto.com, they're in cahoots with the president of the US. So it's kind of obvious that Cronos, is going to be one of those ones for the bull market. So what I'm watching currently, let's go to the daily chart now, is where we're more likely to pull back to. And when you look at the MACD, ooh, this is looking nasty. Look at all that selling pressure. Just look at that, a lot of selling pressure on the MACD, and it's not slowing down. In a way, it's tried to slow down, but now it's speeding back up. So, it's gonna pull back a little bit more. I know this isn't what people want to hear, but this presents a good buying opportunity. I do believe that we will end up seeing 17 cents soon. So if we look down here at this first support line, that is going to be 17 cents. That's pretty much where we're heading to. Little to no resistance between this level up here at 22 cents. Well, no support. I mean, between 22 cents all the way down here to 17 cents, little to no support. Not even little, just no support. So, well, little, because as you can see here, we kind of stopped there at support because you can see that we've kind of established a little bit of support right there. You can see that. So just a little teeny tiny bit of support, but I think this is a false breakout right here. These little green candlesticks here, I think that's a false breakout. And if you come over here, I believe it's a bull trap, honestly. I think that the selling volume is going to kind of speed up. And I think it's going to be similar to this, where it looks like it's going to slow down right here, but then it starts speeding right back up. So you see the lightly red shaded candlestick, it looks like it's going to slow down. When you see the lightly red shaded candlesticks, that means buyers are stepping in. But then it could easily speed back up. Same thing here. See that it starts to speed back up. So we could start seeing even more selling from here. And that's kind of why I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, 17 cents is probably going to end up coming soon, and possibly even pulling even further back down to 10 cents. Now, a lot of people, like I said, don't want to hear that, but if we see Bitcoin pull back to 85K, right? And I know still, like I keep saying, like people don't want to hear that, but if we see Bitcoin do that, then this is going to cause everything to go down. And currently, right now, I'm watching Bitcoin because I do feel like it's inside of a certain channel here. For instance, this channel right here, we broke out of it into a bullish pattern, but it was a bull trap. It was invalidated right here at the trend, right? And we've been inside of this trend for a little bit. Usually when it hits it a third time, that is a trend confirmation. We have not hit it a third time. So the downtrend isn't technically confirmed, and we're not really trading in this downtrend channel until we hit it a third time, either on the bottom or the top, right? So we have one up here, we hit it once. Up here, we hit it twice. And then down here, you see we hit it once, twice, and I guess you could say we hit it multiple times on the bottom. So technically we are in that trend, because if you zoom in here, you can actually see it hit it multiple times right there. So just so you guys can see it a little better, let's take this off temporarily, right? So you can see at the bottom once, twice, thrice, and whatever the fourth one is, right? 4 times, cuatro. Anyways, yeah, I hit it 4 times on the bottom. So I think this channel is confirmed. It's only a matter of time. So this channel, if you look, it can go down as far as all the way down here to, again, 85K. Like we've got that support established at 85K. It could go as low as that. Now, I think it's just gonna outright do that? No. Like if it were to though, it wouldn't slowly trickle down there. It would be a huge, quick drop down. Like you would see a mega crash, a flash crash, if you want to call it that. And that is pretty much what's going to spark the momentum of people buying the dip and then sending it right back up. It's going to build that momentum. And that's what I'm saying. Like if we do have a huge flash crash again, then this is going to spark momentum in the market for everything. And Cronos is going to benefit a lot. Cronos hit 40 cents on the last pump. Well, not 40 cents, let's be honest. It hit the Fibonacci retracement up here, the resistance at 38 cents. Almost got up to there. But yeah, you got to think that's almost halfway to $1. So Cronos is still super bullish. It's just a matter of time. But yeah, like I said, 17 cents to 15 cents is coming soon. Let's just say 15 cents to make it easier. 15 cents, you're going to be able to probably buy a good opportunity, a good buying opportunity. And it might not seem like a good opportunity to some people, but here's the difference. If you took $1,000 and bought Cronos right now at, let's say, 20 cents, 738, then you're only getting 4,822 coins, right? 4,822, remember that. Now, if you take the same 1,000, and then you buy at 15 cents, now you're getting 6,600 coins. So you see you're getting a lot more coins, which means you're making a lot more money when it goes up to $1. When it goes up to $1, now you're making 6,600 rather than only making 4,500, right? So these buying opportunities is really what changes things for people, because a lot of people buy it at the top, and then they start to sell around here. But you don't want to sell around here. You can just dollar cost average and then continue like that. But anyways, on the 4 hour chart, almost a dart. But the 4 hour chart, you can see the percent R trend exhaustion is over exhausted, oversold on the 4 hour. So we could see a temporary bounce up, kind of like how we're seeing now. But I feel like this is going to be a false breakout. I feel like it's going to be a bull trap, and we could get stopped out and rejected at 25 cents. That's just how I feel. I feel like it's a bull trap because I'm not just looking at these short-term charts. The short-term chart shows that it could have a swift recovery back up to like 25 cents. But when you look at the weekly chart, the long-term chart, it shows you that the buying pressure is slowing down. It's overbought, and the buyers are slowing down. And the percent R trade exhaustion is currently trending downwards as well. So anyways, buying opportunity for Cronos should be coming soon. Let me know what you guys think about this. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice. But yeah, as always, I'll be back with another video.